Today's epilogue is about Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism, and Mausoleum. Okay, let me explain this to you very, very clearly and very criminally. Okay, Jesus Christ um, was actually a Ukrainian. If you didn't know that, so Jesus Christ was a pyrotechnical sun devil. When I say pyrotechnical, I want you to look at logical forces of income, like they're sentimental and impressive to Neolithic empathy. Cro-Magnons are not pyrotechnical people. Cro-Magnons are Hyperion, um, they're Hyperion males that protect the Echelons. The Echelons are Palladians. Palladians are basically not space aliens who fly in flying saucers. Okay, here's what happened. A long time ago, we contacted a race of people from another planet, from another dimension, in a sense, because the only way we would ever be able to travel to those planets is if we somehow were able to like time scale, and it's so far away that no space technology would ever allow us to go there. And if we did try to go there, it wouldn't happen. We would die in space. Our rockets, fuel engines would blow up. See, the thing you must understand about space is that space, when you travel through space, um, the farther you get away from an ozone layer, the more likely your fuel cells are going to deplete and die off completely. The reason why this occurs is not necessarily because of karma, but it's because of an actuality that sentimentally we don't have a right to go to another planet. Imagine like a really beautiful planet with tall like blonde hair, blue eyed like women and men who are like perfect in their physical structures. Um, were like angled and sentimental and like the most kindest people in the world. Why the hell would they want us to go there? Can you imagine us in our stupid blind rockets going places? I saw a spaceship when I was a kid, but I don't know. Was it real? It was real. It was real in a sense, but it was a brainstem unlocking, and it told me, look, we're way more advanced than you. Please don't ever try to come here. But you're more than welcome to come to our planet in your cranium because we are your people. We are the humans like you, but we're more technologically advanced and more kind and more caring and more sentimental. And our energy is like yours, but yours is not unlocked yet. Humans are called akukali. Humans are called akukali, which basically means that we are light force beings in a sense. If you don't know what that means, light and a thought process and a proto called empathy and a tactical sentiment are forces of nature. Okay, now there are races of people out in the galaxies that are still very primitive in their empathy, and they don't really understand that humans are not evil. Humans of Europa 4. This is Europa 4. Okay, there are 6 planets, okay, that have human life on it. There's Europa 4, Europa 12, Europa T6, and Europa A9. Okay, we are governed by a police force in the galaxies called the Asunali. The Asunali are basically Hyperion Sun Devils that have the ability to come to Earth and free us of our sins. Okay, yeah, yes, these are real planets and they do exist. Okay, I'm sorry if you're an atheist or an agnostic idiot. These planets do exist, and there are people out there who are extremely powerful. Okay, you have to travel through an atom's particle and through a force of nature. Okay, and right now, do you honestly want to know what my problem is? Is that there's a bunch of these retards that think that this, right, the family Bible, the Bible, they think that it's like they think that it's conductive to what they believe. I'm like, no, it's not. Jesus Christ, his real name was Jesus Aguilar Christ. He was a Hyperion sun devil in a third boat. He's a Ukrainian he's a Ukrainian courting drug addict who went around and gave people peace by giving them medicines. And he would make them go through vision quests. He was a whale singer. Whale singing doesn't mean like you sing to whales. I think it already says port. It means that you take drugs or medicines. I like to call them some of them. Okay, look, you have to understand about drug addicts. Okay, drug addicts are not drug addicts. Actually, what they are bitch and sociopathic pieces of shit who use drugs because they want to use drugs, and they have this idea that they don't have to stop if they're not like kicking them in the face. You have to like sort of get at them. I want to work in the future. I want to work as a child psychologist in a very far future. It'll probably take me about 10 years to get my PhD. Um, but for the meantime, here's what I want to work as. I want to work as an architect. I want to design like artwork and sort of like cartoons, not cartoons like per se, but I want to design like artwork for children to sort of give them like a condolence to say, look, you know what? I know how bland textbooks are, but I think for children between the ages of I'd say like 28 to back at like 13. I think that I want to work with people like that, even adults or children. Our planet hasn't evolved enough to classify some people as adults. They're not really empathetic towards creating forms. I like to play The Sims. If you don't know what The Sims are, The Sims is basically a game where you control like these avatars, and these little avatars um, you basically design your home, and you put different furniture in it. You can design the wallpapers, and you can design the shape of the rooms. And then what you can do is you can go inside of this sort of like sort of like rundown of being more like creative and sentimental. When I was a kid, I got some stuff that made me happy or made me able to like give myself sort of like a strike to the heart. I didn't become like a straw dog. I became like, I don't know, like interested in like artwork, interested in like formulating my own like energy through like doing stuff that's colorful. Um, and I think that people don't understand what there is in this world. There's a Palladian sort of like courting where people are not aware what Palladians are. Palladians are basically rustic Russian people with like a Neolithic sort of like agnostic form of atheist orthodoxy, where they have to become courting in order to be caring. But people like me don't have a right to be courting because we are not what you think we are. We're called the Asherlin. Asherlin are baby girls, okay? In no way. What they are they are females who had to get surgery, and people don't acknowledge that they are females. They acknowledge that they are men because of how stupid and hominid they are. They haven't evolved yet. If people evolve, then our medical systems will classify these people as females. And I understand that the Hispanic community in the prison setting might be off-putting to someone who is an Ashland, or someone who is a transmutual sex assault survivor. Give these people a condolence, okay? Because most of the time when they commit a crime, it's not violent, it's a sensual crime, and it's not penetrative. It's most likely going to be something very stupid, and like the way a child would display like reenacting their childhood sexual assault. It's not a fucking crime of like violent nature. It's not going to be like hitting someone in the face a bunch of times. Those people don't deserve to get fucking screwed over by cops. From now on, I'm going to look at all the cops around me and go, get the hell away from me. I don't have to listen to you because I'm not a criminal and I don't do anything criminal. And if you're so stupid you think flying a sign or like sitting somewhere is a crime, then you might want to get off my planet. Like for real. Like I don't want you on my planet. I want you to get off my planet because you have no right to speak to people like me. If you're a police officer and you ever come up to me, make sure that you have a higher IQ than I do, because my IQ is so high I'll just get you fired from your job, and I'll tell them you can't touch me or talk to me. I have no empathy for cops because the police, when I was growing up, were really gross to me. There were times when they would find me sitting somewhere, like just sitting somewhere in like a Santa Cruz or somewhere, and they would just tell me I had to leave. I'm sorry, no, you people don't get to do that shit anymore. If you're a hippie or whatever, I'm not sure you call yourselves, gutter punks. Is that what you call each other? Go buy a handgun, idiot. Go buy handguns and point them at cops' heads and tell them they can't fuck with you. If they ever try to fuck with you, point guns at their fucking heads and tell them no. I'm gonna start a war against the police for being screwy in the head. Do you motherfuckers think it's cool to like have child molesters like raped in prison, or do you think it's cool to like have baby rapists like fuck being ass in prison and, like, what do you think happens to people like that? You think they become cool? No, I don't want those people in the world. My rapist is still alive. My rapist lives in Oakland and like walks around and like and smiles at people, and people are like dirtbags who are like, oh, it's cool, but like, he's a homeless person. Like, no, he's not. That's a child sex. That's not even a child sex offender. I would rather hang out with child molesters than hang out with that guy. That guy's a fucking weirdo, dude. He literally sits around and fucking does masculine heroin and gets all butthurt and gets all pissed off because the people are better than he is. He's not cool at all. Trust me. Don't ever talk to this guy. Uh, his name's Aaron, by the way. His real name's Aaron. Okay, he's really not a cool person. He raped four of his children. Okay, he was forced to go through sex acts with his parents for about 13 years. Okay, in Siberia. He shot legal pornography, and he's also a creep who sucks penis for heroin on the streets. Dude, stop looking at me like I'm an evil person. I can't stand the sight of people because they don't even know like how stupid they are. Give me my body parts back, and take all the homeless. What are they, homeless people? No. This is a message to metropolitan Bay Area people. Okay, if you're a cop, I want you to never come up to me. In fact, you know what you should do? you should go after the people who are sexual predators. I don't mean the ones that like are on a list. Most of those people don't even bother people. Most of those people fucking have like jobs and shit. I'm talking about the ones who like skateboard around and shit. Like, they're the biggest fucking weirdos in the world. They skateboard and shit. They play flute. They like fucking sit there and like strum guitar. And you people are like, oh, well, that's not a sex offender. It's like a cool person, right? It's like, no, it's a sex offender. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure you people are retarded, and they have the same where they offer condolence to you by like being like, oh well, I had to give sexual intercourse to like big fucking retard like Slavic Russian Nordic bitches, like a piece of shit who like made me do stuff, but it's cool, right? It's like, it's not cool because you're making me look like crap, like a piece of shit. You don't have a right to be a homeless person or whatever, okay, or a nomad. I'm pretty sure in the ancient like nomadic days, right, in like Ukraine, I'm pretty sure like your people would have got killed or something, or like or fucking thrown off a cliff. I'm pretty sure you don't have a right to be in this world. Actually, I like practicing nomadic structures or lifestyles. I'm very empathetic. I think what I'm gonna do for Christmas is I'm gonna buy a couple presents for some people some people, and I'm gonna buy myself some nomadic camping gear. That way, if I ever want to, right, since I get a monthly sort of like a fund, I think maybe what I'll do is I'll give myself like a nomadic lifestyle, and I'll go out and I'll travel around a little bit. Eventually, I want to get a van. I want to get a van. I want to renovate the van and make the van into sort of like a Winnebago, like, and eat bagels every day. I think this is my coolest lifestyle ever. Getting a van, right, a cool van, like a recreational van, and retrofitting it to where there's like a little cot in the back and like a little dresser, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically travel around, and every morning I'm gonna eat a bagel with cream cheese on it, and I'm gonna do like really some like a cool piece of artwork. I'm basically gonna take this van and travel around and do artwork for people and stuff, mostly for free. If it's anything really big, like, then I'll try to like be like, hey, like, dude, if you want me to do this, throw me like maybe a little bit of cocaine or maybe some like a little bit of cash, like, because that makes more sense to me to do that. Um, and I'm basically going to go around and analyze people, and sort of like look at them from a distance. But I would like enjoy like in the morning like a nice bagel and a nice cup of coffee, like something light like a French roast. I'm just gonna sit there and eat my bagel, drink my coffee, and like do some cool artwork for people. Because I think that's what Jesus Christ would have done if he was a human. You know. Thank you, and have a nice day, and may peace be with you. Um, Aluna Akanakikiwa, Papanakanakiwa, Ani Tres Nahapasa Nakaniwa, which means the sun is with you, the sun is your life, the sun is your energy, the sun is what you are, and you are an entity and a sentiment and a force of love in nature. And that's automatically processed in my cranium and my cortex, not through, I'm not reading it out of a book. So thank you. And I love you, and I love myself, and I love the ways of the world, and the world is my order, and the ways of the world are hoarding and sentimentally sadist and rejected and caring and killing and full of kerosene mines. And I now present to you the Azulias, the Trespo, the Apunali, the Anmunatranaha Sakanaliwe. I now present to you the Neolithic child. By the way, I'm actually a direct ancestor of Jesus Christ, by the way. Yeah. His actual name translates in Ukraine to Akuna Slavonovich.